Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 46 of our Coordinator Climb series here on Football Coach College Dynasty. If you did not watch last episode, stop what you're doing, go get a snack, open up my channel, and watch that episode. It is truly a phenomenal set of games that we played through. We beat Stanford in the Pac 12 championship game, beat them again in the quarterfinal of the playoff, and then faced off against Georgia, one of the most talented teams in the country, beat them too before unfortunately falling to Texas and A&M by 15 points in the national title game. I think overall, looking at it, I think, let's be frank, the four turnovers sucks. But other than that, I think just defensively, we didn't do great against them. Um, and running the ball, like John Lane had one of his worst games he's ever had. Mills was nigh unstoppable against us. It just wasn't a great day all around. I think if we were to play him again, they'd probably beat us. So I think we clearly now understand the gap between, us who are one of the best teams in our conference versus A&M, who won the SEC this year, won the title, and have overall had a really good past 8 years or so, making the playoffs nearly every year. So congrats to them. They take the title, they get the trophy, etc., etc. And now we are in kind of an interesting position where we just made the title game. Objectively, we overachieved. There's no way around it. Um, and we kind of have to figure out where exactly we want to go from there. Um, so, really quick, let's take a bit of stock, shall we, on our team, because this episode is going to kind of be a transfer portal guide of sorts. I got a couple comments on my channel a while back about doing more like guide based sort of videos, whether it's for recruiting, game planning, transfer portal, that sort of thing. Um, and so this is will kind of serve as a transfer portal guide. So we're going to spend a lot of time in those few transfer weeks figuring things out, going from there. First things first, most importantly in the transfer portal is obviously you have to look at your own team. For us, obviously, we have no seniors because they all just graduated. We have a very young team. I have nearly 30 freshmen, redshirt freshmen, 20 sophomores, not many high school recruits coming in. Um, but that's fine. I have a small but mighty crew of 12 total recruits, but obviously, since five of those are JUCO, that's where you get the seven. Um, just in case anyone was wondering about that. So, first things first, transfer portal. Let's look at our team. QB, we are set. We're good. Dustin Muhammad is our QB for the next 2 years, unless he declares for the draft. I honestly think it might kind of work out in our favor that his overall is kind of on the lower side, where he might not want to declare after his junior year. But we're set at quarterback. Dustin Muhammad is awesome. He's got 91 arm strength, 89 accuracy and IQ. He's got really good potential. No issue. So we know we don't need a quarterback. Honestly, it's kind of a good thing. There haven't been many times where I go after a quarterback guy to get us in. OBS had a little mini heart attack there, but we're back. We're okay. We're fine. Everything is fine. So QB, we're good. We got our starter. We got a couple backups. Braden Gary, who's got good IQ, good accuracy, but terrible arm. Travis Mapp, a little bit more well-rounded, but terrible potential. So I think backups were okay. Running back. So Emmanuel Morton is staying. Obviously, he's going to be a top back for us. He's lightning quick, great ball security, good ball carry vision. Number one back, he can do the job. Lucas Pratt was our number three back. He wants bigger things. He wants more carries. He wants higher snap percentage. Annoyingly, his snap percentage dropped from 20 to 19 after the national title game, and that was enough where he wanted threatened to transfer. So that was a bit annoying. But Lucas Pratt wants 150 carries, so that's running back two numbers really, because he got nearly 100 as a third stringer. Morton got 172 as my number two. So I know Morton's my number one. I know Pratt's my number two. Not really a point in going after a running back in the transfer portal when I have some young, high potential guys that I think we might as well see what they can do as a third running back, whether it's Marcos Hale, who's going to be a redshirt sophomore, or Calvin Smalls, who has great potential, but my God, is he slow. So running back, I think we're okay. Wide receiver is an interesting one for us because we are very young at the position. Cameron Gorman, our number two, is a redshirt freshman. Reed Carino is a true freshman. Ezekiel Rush down here is our sixth rated wide receiver, but he's got good potential. He could do something. However, if you look at this list, one thing kind of stands out. We're only bringing back four contributing wide receivers. And so that is obviously an issue. We do have, though, not one, but two JUCO wide receivers coming in. Both Nathan Blankenship, who's pretty well-rounded, good talent, and then Lucas Tan, who is an exceptional route runner, but worse catcher, not as speedy. Odds are both of these guys are going to play their first JUCO year. I might try to redshirt Tan. We'll see. But that's essentially, I mean, my top six, wide receivers locked in there. So what I don't need is a transfer. What I do need, though, are wide receiver recruits because I'm not bringing in any high school kids yet, and I got two guys that'll be redshirt freshmen next year in Jonathan House and Reed Carino. So instead of looking for transfers or wide receiver in the transfer portal, we might have to look at wide receiver. Tight end. So for this position, it's scheme specific. I run an air raid, and so my top tight end gets like 20% of snaps. So there's no point for me really ever going after a tight end in the transfer portal. We have our number one tight end. We have our number two. We got some okay backups. We're fine. Offensive line, looking at it, I am of the opinion that you can always improve your offensive line. However, with us, if you look at our depth, we got pretty good high potential true freshman, redshirt freshman that should take another leap. We're bringing in two JUCO O linemen. Both are going to redshirt. Let's be frank, neither of these guys are ready next year. And so we might go looking for maybe a bridge kind of guy, like a mid 70s to compete with, Owen Jack, Pablo Rudolph, Ruben Jennings, who didn't play that much last year, but could help elevate that sort of sixth, seventh, eighth O-line group. My other area of concern is if you just kind of glance of my top 7 offensive linemen, 6 of them are going to be seniors next year. It's kind of a problem. So I think in the transfer portal, we're going to look especially for players that will be redshirt freshmen, redshirt sophomores next year to try to get them in the building. Kicker, we are fine. We have Sean Webster as our kicker for one more year. He got multiple awards this year. Very good kicker for us. No need to transfer one in. I have Philip Bloom as an okay backup. We're good there. Defensive line transfer portal. Yes, we need help. We're only bringing back three starters. Granted, pretty good stats, especially from Hardin and Barber. But we need more guys up top. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Edwin Pike. I think he can be pretty okay, but he's not fourth D line talent at all. We got some, I redshirted three D linemen last year. We'll see what they can do in the off season. But yeah, we desperately need one, maybe even two defensive linemen to help. We're pretty young. We got we're only going to have one senior next year, and that's Hardin. So from that standpoint, we're okay. Linebacker, copy and paste what I said for D line, put it for this. Only three retaining starters and guys who played last year. Obviously, Caleb Simon likely gone for the draft next year. But we got Montero, Sizemore, who played okay down the stretch. But again, like we need some bridge guys. Derek Dennis, just to get a little inside baseball, I paid 600,000 to get him to stay because I think either he can be a decent D lineman for us, or he can just be a good back end linebacker who's not so good at coverage. Jury's kind of still out on that one. We have Ryder Hughes, who is without question probably a D lineman. But there's only so many of these D linemen I can have before it just gets a little obnoxious. But Hughes is obviously redshirting. He's not nearly ready to play. He's got A minus potential. I want to get an extra year of that development. So where Derek Dennis plays, still up for debate. But even if he plays at D line, I need another guy in there. Even if he plays linebacker, I need another guy in here. Corner. So corner, we need help. For one, we have no recruits at the moment coming in. So what you see is what we got right now. Spencer Sawyer obviously is great. He wanted to go for the draft. I promised he would be an All-American. We'll see. And then Caden Martin, Terrence Carlton did okay next year, but we need probably one other guy. Samuel Ritter looks really, really good in coverage. Athleticism's a bit of a concern. Jaden Schneed is not ready, nor is Bryce Butler or Julian Benton. So I think we need another guy in this sort of 3-4 range. If there's a top dude available, why not? And then we're set. Also, similarly, we're very young. Like Sawyer and Martin are going to be juniors next year. Carlton's going to be a sophomore. We're good. Safety, I mean, no. Like, in my opinion, safety is the one position that this game just does not do well in terms of stats and the numbers they put up. But, I mean, listen, number one safety is going to be Scott Cooper. Kyle Lowry might be number two, but he's probably a third safety. And then Devin Marino going to be our number two, more of a coverage guy, less a tackler. But that is my preference personally for safeties. I mean, Scott Cooper just won top safety in the conference, so I think we're doing okay there. But that's our team. And I think that's always the most obvious and important step transfer wise is just look at your team. What do you need? So, in terms of needs I've written down, I think for wide receiver specifically, we're looking for high schoolers, back end guys that we can redshirt. Ideally, we're looking for players who are going to be redshirt freshmen, maybe to help out our depth. Offensive line, similar idea. We need redshirt freshmen, redshirt sophomores that will maybe not play so much the upcoming season, but will play after that when all five of these guys graduate. D lineman, probably our biggest position of need. Hardin, Barber, good. Key is solid, but I need more help. Linebacker, similar idea, though I'm more confident, I think, in guys like Jordan Curriel and Jonathan Mayos to do well at linebacker than I am some of these guys at D line. And then corner, I think if we can get a top guy, I'll be feeling pretty happy about our luck in the secondary. So now, the probably most annoying thing to me about this game is that recruits don't commit in a realistic time. So right now, it is the transfer portal. And yet, I have 3 recruits that have not committed. Brendan Hart, I am 2,200 points ahead on Notre Dame for. He is not committed. Tyler Duke, I'm 850 points ahead for. He is not committed. And Talon Whitehead, James Madison's 800 points ahead of me, and he did not commit to JMU. This I find annoying. It is my least favorite part of the game. I don't even really care if it's a thing of realism. I should have my recruits set, especially if I'm 22 points ahead. So before I even go to the transfer portal, Brendan Hart, we're going to get. He's going to be a safety for us. He's obviously going to redshirt his freshman year and then grow into hopefully a good coverage guy, but the athleticism needs some work. Tyler Duke, I'm going to move to O-line, so he will join my O-line, which if you look at my recruits already at the high school level, I'm getting 1 tight end, a running back, 2 linebackers. McCall might be a D lineman at heart, 2 D linemen, and then 1 O lineman at the bottom. So we don't have a very big recruiting class in terms of prospects. I am operating on the assumption that I'm not going to get Talon Whitehead. I think he's good, but I am more than happy to let James Madison just take him and be done with it. I currently offered Whitehead $500,000. If it becomes an issue where I need that money, I will take the integrity hit and, you know, get my money back. So, assuming we're going to get all 3 of these guys, I need 10 players. Needs wise, I only wrote down 5 needs. So, we're definitely going to go diving for some recruits, looking at some guys. So, first things first, though, my always very simple question: are there any recruits that have 100 interests? Because if there are, I feel like I'm honor bound to go for them. And we have one, Giovanni Montero, redshirt sophomore, Arizona State. Looks like he was a backup as a freshman, started last year. Terrible in coverage, no way around that. 73% completion, but really good tackle numbers. Yeah, I mean, athletically, he's not great. Hopefully that zone coverage will improve, but he's a good tackler, good IQ. I mean, this is obviously a guy that you go for. Like, we're 600 points ahead on BYU. Mine as well. Looks like we have a couple high 90s. Jaden Frost. I mean, what's his interest in the Florida schools? Yeah, it's a 97 in Florida. I mean, he's a safety that's not very athletic, but by God, he can cover zone, he can tackle. Malachi Ahmed, similar prospect, but his potential is really bad. Jordan Mixon, I think, would be good if we need a running back, but we don't. And Mixon would have to third string. And something tells me the guy that wants to be a star and values playing time would not like that. Jeffrey Terry. So redshirt freshman. Did he play at Ole Miss? He did last year. Not terrible. His potential is an F minus. What am I saying? Ooh, Luca Witt. He would be a senior. Barely played at South Carolina. Potential isn't great, but he has a pretty good holy trinity for D lineman. I don't hate that at all. But yeah, it looks like most of these guys are. Harrison Weston out of New Mexico. I think this could be our corner. He's got 86 speed. The IQ is a little low, is a 69, which in this case is not very nice, but he's got great coverage. He can tackle. I think really the IQ is the only area of concern. Let's add Weston to our target list. Go from there. Austin Irving, no. Chance Walters is a fresh redshirt freshman. Barely played at Florida State. He's already got 91 strength. He could be a good bridge guy for us. He's more interested in us than a lot of his local schools, which is ironic because he's maxed out proximity to home. I think I'll add him to the list. Then I think we should be okay. Let's just check on these couple guys. Oh boy. Kieran Balderrama from Hawaii. I mean, I would feel mean stealing a guy from Hawaii, but Florida might also get him. See, he's kind of a D lineman too. Do I like him more than Walters? I mean, obviously I do. Balderrama, you'd get him for 2 years. Walters, you get him for 3. Hmm. We might have a front seven problem. So right now, what? That's 7 guys? Okay. Out of what, 13? All right. So that's D line, linebacker. We got 1 corner. Let's look specifically at all the guys we're already ahead on without even trying. Tyree Singleton is a redshirt freshman. That's okay, but I don't need him. Jimmy LeBlanc. Actually, he's not bad. He'd be depth. I mean, he's going to be a junior. Like, if his overall is a 73 as a junior, he's probably barely going to play. And at that point, I'd rather play the guys I have. Same thing with Dunbar. Same thing with Newton. Lucas Hubbard's not very good. Chance Rubin. He wants to be a star, which is a problem. He's also not athletic. I'm sensing a theme where just not a lot of guys with high potential want to come to me. Yeah, it's looking like the guys we're already ahead on, there's not much there to incite us. All right, let's pivot and address wide receiver. And with this, we're looking actually at recruits. So this is going to be a kind of a grim list. Lol, 10,000 points. That's quite funny. All right. I'm going to assume that it's impossible for us to get a 3-star at this point. Yes. Though no one's offered a contract to this guy, and I can kind of see why. All right, so let's look at 2 stars. Let's go dumpster diving a little bit. I say dumpster diving, you know. To be fair, Cameron Gorman, one of our best wide receivers, was a 2-star find on like the last day of the transfer portal. So I think let's see. What about you? Maxwell Payne. I'll add him, but I don't love it. Ooh, Gavin Bowman, B plus. Let's get Payne off the list. I knew I shouldn't have looked at him. You ever scout somebody and you're like, I knew I shouldn't have done that. That was me. Eh. Yeah, I doubt we're gonna get anyone. No dice there. Let's look. Let's just get more scouting information on Bowman. I don't think that gave me anything. No, I mean he's got B plus potential, which is pretty good. Looks like UTSA. Yeah, they haven't offered him a scholarship. They didn't do a visit, so yeah, I mean that could be a wide receiver recruit done and dusted. Let us pivot to offensive line. And here we're going back to transfers. And I think I'm most concerned with guys who are like low. Not a lot of O linemen are interested in coming to my school. Part of that's because they know they won't play. I said points ahead, and you gave me a guy that I'm 2,400 behind on. That don't make no sense. I'm just going to reset the filters just in case that messed with something. O-line. Interesting. All right, let's see. Austin Moss doesn't look half bad, but he'd be a junior. So he'd never really play, but A plus potential. I mean, you might as well take a shot. Yeah, we're once again running to the issue of because our O line room is just so good and we have so much depth, the really like mid level guys have zero interest in coming to my school. Jaden Ramsey could be something. He's got 70 strength, 69 pass block, A minus potential. We'll see. Yeah, we're already down to Tyson McClure. What a sad and depressing list this has turned out to be. Yeah, and at the end of the day, I mean, these guys' interest is just way too low in me. Yeah, O line, we might kind of strike out on that, but it's okay. So transfer wise, linebacker, corner, D lineman, probably a second D lineman, O line, wide receiver. That's about all we needed. I think right now, then, let us let's see high potential guys that are freshmen that we have a chance of getting. Rylan Ryan. Ooh, that's not bad at all. Move him to corner. Because then, I mean, I don't have to care about the 73 tackling. Athleticism should hopefully fix itself. UConn never played him. That's a good get for depth. Jalen Garcia. I mean, ball carrier vision of 66 is going to take a while to fix. I do have a lot of depth running backs already, but we'll take a look. Wow. What a fascinating profile. His IQ is a 54. Zone coverage is a 59, but he has 70 through pursuit randomly. No. No. All this guy does is evade. That's all you need sometimes, you know? Just nothing but evasion and the dream. Let me look just at wide receivers, actually. I mean, this guy's just too good. Yeah, that's the problem. He'll want to play. Granted, does he deserve it? Yes. But at a certain point, I have a log jam. I mean, Victor Richardson didn't play at Colorado State, so that might not be the worst idea any of us have ever had. Oh, yeah, that's just all of them with a potential. What about sophomores? Nah, yeah, not a lot of high potential. Not a lot of high potential guys. Griffin Summers wants to be a star. I mean, that's really my only issue with him. Griffin Bond would be a redshirt sophomore. He's loyal, so he wouldn't need to play a bunch. Good speed. Route running needs a lot of work, though. A little worried about that. What am I up to now? 14. Okay, I grabbed too many wide receivers. Let me. Do I need Bowman? I don't think I need Richardson. I think that's my. And again, he's got a potential, though I think Griffin Bond probably has a better chance of hitting compared to these other guys. Hold on. I'm looking at how many safeties? Oh, yeah, right. I forgot about these two dunderhead recruits. I kind of just want to take the integrity hit and then let JMU get Whitehead. But do I think I'll need the money? Let's see if I need the money. Let's play that game. Let's bring everyone back. So Garcia will be a redshirt freshman, 66. He's as a true freshman, 66 A plus potential. I mean, I got K Pitts, but he's gonna be a junior. I have Calvin Smalls. I have Marcos Hale. Rolando Shaw, who, for anyone who's curious, I wrote this man a check for $2.5 million, which is the greatest overpay in the history of recruiting, but it had to be done. And so, yeah, I don't think there's a much of a point in blocking that. So I'll bounce on Garcia. All right, so that gets me my 13. So I have my number. These are the guys I'm going for. Let's figure out NIL because in this game, if you don't offer, so for example, let's say Montero, right? So Montero's market value is 1.3 million. If I don't offer him 75% of that, which in this case is 1 million, I will take a NIL penalty. My points will decrease and I'll probably lose him. So he essentially just wants a flat million, which is fine. Harrison Weston wants a touch over a million. Why did I try doing it that way? Cool. Chance Walter shouldn't want that much money. Nah, he wants 610,000. Kieran wants 844. We're still doing okay money wise because these younger dudes, yeah, they barely want like anything. So that shouldn't be an issue. I'm always in the camp of offer them their minimum and offer them the scholarship right away because then you will get the biggest boost of points and you'll find out very, very quickly where you are in the race. And if it's still like insurmountable, if you know you're going to lose, then you just take the one integrity hit and go put your resources elsewhere because in this game you get integrity very easily. I could argue too easily. Um, so that not much of an issue. So priority order. Obviously, I'm going to move all of my high school recruits to the bottom. If I had to order my high school recruits, I think Hart would be 1, Duke 2, Bowman 3, and I don't care about Whitehead. So in terms of transfers, Montero is clearly 1, Weston's clearly 2. I think Kieran over Walters, Ryan 5, Austin Moss, Jaden Ramsey for O-line depth, Victor Richardson, and then Griffin Bond below them. I think honestly, I'll put the wide receivers ahead of the O-line because if I don't get these guys, it's okay, but I need their depth more. So that's my list in terms of priority. Then in terms of points ahead, Let me add the high school kids back. So in terms of points ahead, it's looking like we should be pretty okay. Oh, I did not. We're going through, I can delineate from there. OBS disconnected on me again. It reconnects on the first try, which tells me that it's not really anything I'm doing. Surprise, surprise. Good thing this is a short video if OBS is just going to keep going crazy on me. Definitely not looking at the settings right now. Totally. Never. All right. Anyway, let's get through this. So I've done that. Are we behind on anyone? Yeah, still way ahead. And it looks like JMU is just going to keep putting their best foot forward on him, which is honestly fine. I think I'm going to forsake Whitehead. I'm going to let JMU have him. I have 2.6 million remaining, which I think should be enough to where I don't have to worry about reneging on this offer. So now I will give the best pitch I can to everyone that I'm in more tight races with. It looks like Kieran might be a fight with Hawaii, but it looks like we should get Walters. We should get Ryan. Montero seems to be a lock, which is good. Do I want to offer any more money? Not this week. I think I'll advance one more after doing pitches, because usually the AI will offer their money in Transfer Portal week 2 or Transfer Portal week 3. It's usually when they do it, because usually they run out. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, UTEP offered money. Jack State offered money. Navy offered a scholarship. They haven't offered money yet, and Hawaii offered 1.2 million. Wowzers. So we're not getting Whitehead. That one's just completely irrelevant. So we will give the best pitches we can to everyone else. And then we will do a very important step I like to call see who is greedy and who is not. Yeah, it looks like. So it looks like here, let's just confirm BYU offered money, Colorado State stopped caring, Virginia offered money, offered money. So everyone from Montero up, these 7 were essentially guaranteed. Richardson, Colorado has not offered NIL yet, but they'd still have to beat a pretty big pitch to do it. Hawaii, I'm going to assume, is completely broke. Navy hasn't offered money for bond. That could be a problem. All right, let's see who cares about money. NIL deal descending. So Duke cares the most, which doesn't help us. Montero cares a lot, which doesn't matter because I doubt BYU has an additional 1.4 million just sitting there. That said, I think I will up his deal by about 500,000 because then, well, I say that I'm not made of money. I'll double back if I need to. Ramsey, I mean, I don't care that much. I think he's a pretty good guy, but he cares about maximum. So first, let's make his number nice and round. Then I think I'll offer an additional 100,000. That gets me a 1,000-point pitch. I doubt UTEP has that in them. Weston, we don't want to offer more money to. Ryan, he didn't play at UConn, right? No. I think Ryan it'd be worth going for. in terms of finances. I honestly think we should be okay just with that little increase because that means we're 1,500 points ahead. Virginia's not matching that. Austin Moss, I kind of just want to turn this into a pitch race. Like, he's going to be a junior. His blocking skills aren't that great, and his strength is only okay. He has A plus potential, which is obviously good, but like if I just make it 488, what's the interest difference? The exact same. Hmm. I'll literally just offer him like 250,000. That gets me 600 points. That should be enough. Kieran, so this is the one I think I might go spending a little bit because I really want him on my D line. Like, he very well could have mid 90s strength and tackling. The block shed, I admit, is low, but his pursuit's pretty good and his IQ's even better. So I can live with that. He is, without question, though, a defensive lineman. Like, let's not get that twisted. So we might go spending. Hawaii spent just under 1.2 million. Right now we are 670 points ahead without doing anything. I'm just gonna round this up. Additional 100,000. I'm just gonna do 1.2 million. That gets me almost 900 points ahead. I doubt Hawaii can essentially do their whole pitch again, and I highly doubt Florida has a 2,300, or what would it be? Just 2,000? Yeah, 2,000 point pitch in them. So that should secure us with Balderrama. Griffin Bond. I mean, Navy is not offered money. Guess I'll do the classic rounding. That gets me 600 some odd points ahead. How many would I have to offer? Yeah, they'd have to offer like over 700,000 to get Bond, and I don't think Navy has that kind of capital. So I think we should just be fine with the 500,000. That might be a little bit of an overpay, but I'm okay with that. Richardson, that gets me 470 plus 420, so essentially 900 points away. I don't think Colorado can match that. Even though they haven't spent money yet, he doesn't care about it that much. We should be good. So how are we looking financially? We have 1.8 million. Do I want to spend extra to guarantee Montero? I don't think I need to. Like, if we're being honest, they've already spent 1.4 million. They've offered him a scholarship. I'm 1,300 points ahead. I think I'm good. What I could do now, if I wanted to get a bit funny, is just offer more money to Talon Whitehead. This might require some thought. Because I have what? 1.8 remaining. So if I just decided I want to pay this man an additional $1 million, see, even then, that might not be enough to get him. Because that would put us, what, 240 points ahead? And yeah, their target player beats that. So I'd have to offer him more than 1.5 million. I don't think he's worth that. I think we're just going to let him have him. And I think we're just going to keep the extra 1.8 million in NIL and roll it over into next season. I think really the only argument to spend it more would be on guys like Richardson or on Griffin Bond. I think our spending should be enough. So I think in this case, we're not going to spend all of our money. I'm just going to roll up. and hope, essentially, that no one matches us. But that's essentially where I'm at transfer wise. Decently small transfer group. I think we have what should be 9 guys. Yeah, 9 transfers. I think of those, Walters is going to start. Valderrama's going to start. Weston's going to start. Montero's going to start. So 4 starters. Bond might play. And then the rest of the guys are just depth with very high potential. That's a pretty good transfer haul, I'd say. Pretty good. So let us advance to signing day and take a look at who all is coming. So first things first, Montero, talk to me. Boom. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't need to offer more money. Glad we didn't. BYU just did target players. So we get an amazing linebacker. Needs to develop athletically, don't get me wrong, but I mean, if he's like our 4th linebacker, we're gonna do great. Harrison Weston, we know we're getting. That was never close. He's going to be probably our number 2, maybe 3 corner. We'll see. I wish his potential was higher, but we'll see if he gets a senior bump. Kieran Balderrama, here's a big one. Ooh, Hawaii did a great pitch, but nothing else. So, yeah, didn't need to offer the additional money, but that's okay. I think he's going to move to D line, 91 strength, 90 tackling. The 72 block shed's a bit awkward. I hope moving him to D line will give that block shedding boost. I'm a little sad that I am taking a Hawaiian player away from Hawaii. That does upset me, but c'est la vie. Chase Walters, we already know we're getting, so he's going to be D line depth. Honestly, he might not play that much this year. He might be our like 6th D lineman, especially if Balderrama's coming in that group. Rylan Ryan, we get. Wow, Navy did offer more money, but not particularly close. So he'll come in depth, safety. Will probably be our 3rd safety next year. Could also play corner. I might have a lot of position changes, like more than I've ever had. That could be a thinking one. All right, Victor Richardson and Griffin Bond. These are the 2 that if we don't get any of our transfers, it's these 2. I'll just click through these guys. Wow, 258. Good on you, Jacksonville State. But we got 2 of our O-line guys. All right, here's Richardson. We get him. Colorado offered money, but it was not enough. I can't remember if 100,000 equaled the difference of 178. But if it did, that made the difference. I mean, look, he's going to be a redshirt freshman with A potential. I acknowledge the only number he has that's really good is his evasion, but we'll see what happens. And Griffin Bond goes to Navy. We've been sniped. We got sniped. Even though we didn't ace pitch and offered more money, Navy got us. The DC kid stays home. Ish. And they offered 530,000 and sniped him. Okay. I mean, good for them. Looks like he's not really going to play there. So that's a little annoying, but high potential. All right, so we don't get Bond. He goes to Navy. Brendan Hart, we already know. Tyler Duke, we already know. Bowman, we already know. Talon Whitehead goes to JMU. They did an ace pitch. So, yeah, I mean, we get 11 out of 13. I think, had I offered more money to Bond, I'd probably get him. But at a certain point, I don't know if he's worth that, especially if we're getting in Richardson, who is a year younger, as well as Gavin Bowman, who's 2 years younger. I think that's a little much, but overall, we got everyone we wanted. Whitehead, we knew we weren't getting, so we're going to get also $500,000 back for Whitehead and NIL. All right. So let's look at our recruiting rankings. We are 41 in the country. 6 4 stars, 8 3 stars, one little bitty 2 star. Doesn't look like we're going to be that high in the Pac 12 either. Now we're seventh, and we have a higher average rating than Air Force, but they have a higher class score because they got 23 stars. Good Lord. I mean, good for them, I guess. And that's crazy. All right, so hope you enjoyed that little look at transfer portal, sort of why I do things the way I do, how it goes. Hopefully it was a little informative. But now let's get into the rest of the off season. Our prestige increased to a 7. Let's go. And oh boy, we lost a lot of levels, but we got nearly 3 million back in NIL rollover, so we can just max that out. Coaching staff will pay the debt. Okay. So, academics I think can stay at 10, and I'll accept that it's going to drop to a 9 next year. Stadium, I would like to increase that all the way up to an 8 and then pump an additional, let's call it 8 million in, because that should protect me from the drop. Because we need to get a better stadium decently quickly. Similar idea with the facilities, so that might require a bit more money. We get that back up to a 9. College life, I would like to get that up back to a 12 because that gets us A plus, and we get a bigger boost for visits. And then marketing, just the max I can, which in this case gets me in safely into 8. So that is my spending. Max NIL, stadium, we increased to an 8, and it should hopefully stay there. The decay shouldn't drop it next year. Facilities stayed at 9. Again, it should survive the decay. College life to a 12. That's obviously going to drop next season. Marketing up to stays at an 8. That should protect it from decay. And then academics is going to drop to a 9. So we are going to lose a couple levels and things, but I think our stadium, college life increasing, very good. In terms of money, I mean, listen, we aced all of the donor goals, including a couple 5.25 million ones, which were massive, massive. Schedule wise, we did lose a million because Appalachian State was a lower level prestige, but overall, nothing too shabby. That did keep me from saying that we made 90 million because we only made 89. That part is regrettable, but overall, thank you, thank you. We also made 12 million in the playoff bonus by making it to the Natty. That helps. All right, let's take a look at boosters. Hopefully nobody died because we do have many old boosters, old money. All right, no changes. So we stay with 4 diamond and 2 gold, which is a pretty good spread. But I now have 2 donors in their 80s. Then Ivan Sultana, probably a tech CEO coming down. So alignment is disabled until 2044 when everything will shift again. I think overall, I think the Pac-12 is good. I think the divisions are a little unbalanced. Like I think if we swapped Washington State with, say, an Arizona State, I think that would be a bit better, but I think that's nothing to particularly cry over. I mean, Washington, Stanford, USF, us were, I think, clear ahead of everyone else in terms of talent and such. The fact that Ole Miss is down to level 4 and Kentucky's only up to 6, despite being the American for like what, 7 years at this rate is quite funny. All right, let's look at schedules. So we have five outstanding contracts. I'm going to be honest, the James Madison, I'm just kind of avoiding, if I'm being frank. Let's look at home away splits. So that's terrible. This is too many home games. Only having two after the bye is bad. So week 10, I need to make a home game. Hmm. Tulane would be home, so I think I'll put them week 10 because there is always a chance that Tulane could be ranked if they run through the American getting to me. So I think that's fine because that gives me USF, who will definitely be ranked, Tulane, who should be ranked. I like that a lot. Um, week 1, I would like to change to an away opponent. We can face Minnesota to open. Or we could face App State. Let's face Minnesota to open because that way those contracts are done with no money payout. It's just zero. It's an equal. And then that gives us a decent like early start to our schedule. It's not too bad this year. We are playing Stanford, but we're not playing Washington. It's very good. And we get Fresno State and Washington State, who both suck. So that part's okay. I think we can go a little more challenging game than Louisville. So I think Louisville will be the one I sub out here. We could do James Madison. Could do JMU in week 5. I'm a little scared though. I kind of want an away opponent. And what, we're level 7? Michigan. Michigan could be fun. Oklahoma. Let's go to Michigan. That sounds more entertaining to me. Let's play Michigan. So this gets us a net payout of 1 million in schedule contracts. We end the Minnesota and Tulane contract. JMU, Louisville, App State carry over, and then we start one with Michigan. And having a home game against Michigan in the future will be so good. Because realistically, like, we're not going to put many players in these first three home games. If we do, it's going to be guys that we're like thousands of points ahead on, and I just want them to commit in week 6. Like week 2, week 4. I'm not really putting anyone there unless maybe they've been interested. If Oregon or Zona are interested teams in them. But I mean, in terms of prestige, like we're 7. So Stanford, USF, Michigan are above us. Minnesota is an equal. Everyone else is below. I think this is a pretty good schedule. I expect to start 4-0 going into the Michigan game. Minnesota might be tough, but I think we can go 4-0. Fresno State will be a cakewalk. San Diego State, we should win. USF's going to be a fight. Tulane, we should win. Stanford will be a fight. Then we should win 2 to close. So I think if we have 2 losses, if we go 10-2 with this schedule, I think I'm happy. 3 losses gets a little shaky, but I mean, let's be honest. If we lose to Michigan, USF, and Stanford, like that's kind of expected. But that is our schedule. Done and dusted. All right, let us advance to 2042, where we have many position changes to consider. Like, I have 5 names written down of guys potentially to move. Yeah, this advance usually takes a second. Why does it feel like my OBS settings reset? If you're watching this on YouTube, obviously this has no effect on you because the frame rates should fix itself. But fundamentally, I thought I fixed the issue. Hmm. I'll have to take a look. All right, position changes. So tight end. First, let's do some easy ones. Tyler Duke, I'm going to move to O line. I accept that his overall is a 56. Part of that is because he's so small. However, he has good potential and he has a path to playing time at O line if he hits that potential. He has no path to playing time at tight end, even if he hits. So let's just make that known. That's the only offensive one. Everyone else is staying. D line. Okay. So, thinking my current plan, all of the D linemen are staying here, which I'm okay with. I don't want Edwin Pike to be like my fifth D lineman. No disrespect to the man. Okay, so let's look at linebacker here. So, first things first, I think Ryder Hughes or Derek Dennis, or maybe even both. I think Hughes definitely needs to move to D line. He'll take a little bit of an overall hit. I am going to redshirt him, obviously, but like with that block shed, the strength is okay. I think he's a D lineman at heart, I would wager. And then Kieran, my problem is if I move Kieran to, then my linebacker is Simon, the two Montero brothers. Are they related? Probably not. I might keep him at linebacker and just accept the, but he's so bad in coverage and he's so slow. I have to move him to D line. I have to do it. I have to do it. I don't love that, but I think Hardin one, Barber's probably going to be two, Balderrama three, Key four, Walters five. I think that's a very good D line room. Like our linebacker room does suffer a little bit from that. It does mean that Derek Dennis is going to stay a linebacker and he's going to play. God, even he's worse speed wise. But yeah, I think I have to do it. My linebacker room is also really old. Like all my top six guys are going to be gone in 2 seasons. Just a little scary. But yeah, everyone else I think should stay. Yeah. All right. So this does kind of log jam my linebacker core a bit, but I'm honestly kind of okay with it. Yeah, because like Walters can't cover, Pike can't cover, Hughes really can't. I think really the question is Balderrama, in which case he has 91 strength. He should be a D lineman. I think that's my official statement. The fact also that he barely played at Oklahoma is upsetting. So I can't see his stats and such. All right. Corner. I think I'm keeping these seven. And then we are going to move Harrison Weston to corner. His overall actually improves, which is hilarious. So he's going to go to corner. Coverage wise at Air Force, he didn't do all that great, especially his sophomore year, but I hope we can see some improvement there. So that gets me 8 corners, which is okay, but no one's going to redshirt. So I think Rylan Ryan is a corner at heart. So I'm going to move him to corner. And then he'll compete with like these bottom four guys for playing time in like a year. And then Brendan Hart, yeah, he's going to stay a safety. He'll redshirt. And then I'm going to redshirt Carson Willis since he played as a true freshman last season. So Kyle Lowry, once again, is going to be our third safety. I think that's our position moves. Nothing really else I want to touch. I think my only area of concern is just linebacker, but I think if Derek Dennis gets an okay boost, and like if these guys become like high 70s instead of mid 70s, I think we're okay. But yeah, linebackers looking a little shaky. D line, we're so good. Like we are so set. It's not even funny. All right, so those are the position changes. Let us go to off-season games where I am hopeful that I just see plus sevens and sixes across the board at O line. But we will see. This page always goes a bit slow. Do 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 do. I don't know why OBS kept disconnecting there. It seems to be fixed. Emphasis on seems with a capital S. All right, here we go. Holy moly. Okay, first QB. Ooh. Dustin Muhammad plus 6. Arm strength is up to a 103. We're back. Accuracy didn't move, but his IQ went up by 7, which is awesome. His overall now, though, is high enough where he might declare for the draft his junior year. Braden Gary with a plus 7. His accuracy goes up by 14, arm strength by 6, IQ by 2. Okay. He, if Muhammad does leave for the draft and there's no stopping him, Gary could be a QB for us going forward. The arm strength of 71, though, is abysmal. Travis Mapp, very small gains. I don't know. His potential also got worse, which I didn't think was humanly possible. But it looks like Gary will be the backup. Still a little disappointed about that with Travis Mapp, but so be it. All right, running back. This is big. We have a lot of young backs with good potential. Oh, Calvin Smalls, come on down. Yeah, boy. Yep, we're good. The future of running back is secure. So Martin goes up by 4, though a lot of his boosts were in catching and route running, which I don't really care about. Pratt got stronger. Marginal gains elsewhere. That's okay. Marcos Hale goes up by 5. His ball carrier vision doesn't change, which is annoying, but he gets plus 7 speed and ball security. Whereas Calvin Smalls gets a lot stronger, a lot quicker, good ball security, good ball carrier vision. Yeah, I think Calvin Smalls is going to be my third back to give us a strength power back option. Whereas Hale, unfortunately, is just a worse version of Lucas Pratt. So no real point in playing them both. Joshua Jenkins, his potential got better. Got better athletically, 5 ball carrier vision. I'm happy with that. Cade Pitts, plus 10 ball carrier vision. Look at him. I think, unfortunately, with Pitts, the issue is just fundamentally his overall started too low. Like it started as a 60, and then in 2 offseason games, it was still a 63. I think if he had a better explosion, he could be like our third running back this year, but it just never picked up. And then Rolando Shaw, our $2 million man, plus 10 strength and plus 11 ball carrier vision. I think you're looking at our future starting running back. I think we're looking at him. He's really small. His strength is never going to be playable, but he could be our third back as a redshirt freshman, then grow into it, and by junior year he's our starter. I think that could very well be a good move. But hey, I'm happy that these young guys got big gains. It also helps if, knock on wood, we have an injury. All right, wide receiver. I am so happy we got Victor. His evasion. What a profile. His evasion's 100 as a redshirt freshman. What's his catching? Sure, 68. Oh, what a fascinating profile. It's like everyone essentially went up by 4 and by 3. Looks like evasion was a big focus. No one's catching improved all that much. Lucas Tan got a bit of a boost. His route running is now 101, by the way. Blankenship. Yeah, I think I'm gonna redshirt one of Tan or Blankenship, and I'm worried they're just gonna get really mad. But like that means I wouldn't play Bullock. And it's not like Bullock is tremendous. He has 95 catching though and 97 evasion. I just think there's not a lot of value in these two both burning a year of like 1 out of their 2 years of eligibility as my 5th and 6th receiver. I'd rather redshirt one of them. Reed Carino after his true freshman explosion. Good speed, good catch gains. Yep. We're looking good. We're looking really good. +6 for Richardson also. Pretty nice. Tight end, I don't really care. Oh my God. He's up to a 90. Oh my God, Sawyer. I feel so bad for him because, like, if he were played on a team that valued the tight end position, he'd do so well. To be fair, he had 400 yards last year and 3 touchdowns. I mean, Nicholas Huffman's never going to do anything, but that's beside the point. Carter Carrillo looks like he could be okay, but again, he's going to be our tight end 2 next year. All right, Nathaniel Dumas, a recruit, his potential improved. He didn't get that much better numbers wise, but his potential went up 2 levels. That is encouraging. I feel like I should have cut Oliveira, but that's beside the point. All right, O-line. Oh my days. Yeah, I think our future at offensive line is secured. For one, again, our top 6 or 7 are seniors, but Jennings went up to an 87, which is insane. Rudolph went up to an 85. Trayvon Reynolds, who is going to redshirt, went up to a 78. Owen Jack, Renzo Brenson. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of the kids this year when the backups have to play, but the starters will almost all be seniors, and that's kind of hilarious. Yeah, Gales will redshirt. Ramsey, Moss. Wow, Tyler Duke, who I moved from tight end to O line. Yeah, he takes the 1% penalty because he got bigger, but not quite big enough. He got good blocking boosts. I'm happy with that. Dylan Small up to A minus potential. Okay. I'm really happy. I mean, look at this. Look at this beautiful page, people. Look at it. Bask in its glory. Kicker. Webster went up by 4 for his senior year, 101 kick power. His accuracy got worse. That's kind of funny. He became an even better punter. Philip Bloom is not very good. So, yeah, this will be the year where we need to look for a kicker in recruiting because I don't think Bloom can be our starter. D line. Oh, my. Okay. Well, so I'm kind of glad I made these guys D linemen, but also Taylor Bryant. Good evening. Up to 87 strength, 85 tackling, 85 block shed. Okay. Okay, Taylor. Okay. I mean that's better than Edwin, I think. +8 for Malcolm Butler, which is insane. His block shed's now a 99. That'll play. Javier Key, his block shed's now a 103. Kieran, 82 block shed. That's massive. because a 72 was like a little scary, but yeah, he'll do. He'll do. Chance Walters, who we transferred in, ooh, his potential went up. Not great gains. He might get jumped in the depth chart, but his potential went up, which is good. Ryder Hughes, who I would like to redshirt if he'll let me. I don't know if he'll let me, but I really want him to because I don't want him to be on the same timeline as Barber, Key, and Balderrama. Because then I'm kind of in trouble. Depth wise, we're looking okay down here. But obviously, the big one is Taylor Bryant. Looks like we got a really, really, really good one there. All right, linebacker. Okay. Well, I did forget to move Lucas Call to D line, but I think he might be fine as a linebacker. Anyway, okay, so not good. Let's get that out of the way. Threes and twos everywhere, a couple fours. Jordan Curiel goes up by 5, which is nice, but he can't cover. Derek Dennis. Oh boy. Yeah, linebacker, we might be in trouble at linebacker. Like if any of these top 4 guys get hurt, we're in a bit of a pickle. John Maddox, his potential did drop a level, but he went up by 7 to become a fairly well-rounded player. He could see play. Maybe not as a redshirt freshman, but I think by the time he's a redshirt sophomore, he's playing. That'd be my prediction. Jonathan Myers got a bit better. Yeah, I think we're pretty top heavy at the position now. But that is okay. Let's look at corner. All Caden Martin did the whole offseason was hit the gym. Plus 11 strength. Barely any changes elsewhere. Good Lord. Yeah, I mean, so corner we're set. I mean, this is our 5. So I think I'm definitely glad that I brought Weston in because, like, the concept of playing Bryce Butler or Julian Benton a lot of time in corner is a bit scary. Rylan Ryan, his potential dropped 2 levels. I don't love that, but it's okay. We're okay. Yeah, I think corner. I mean, Carlton went up by 4. He became a much better tackler, stronger. Yeah, Carlton's really, really good. I think he can. I think he'll be a force in our cornerback room for years to come. I'm happy with him. Samuel Ritter coming off of his redshirt year. Clicked the wrong button. I mean, he got better man. His IQ went up by 9, which is massive. So I'm happy with this. I fear Caden Martin might get jumped again, but we'll see. I mean, yeah. Sawyer's 1, Weston's 2, and the fight for 3 is going to be something. And finally, safety. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing too crazy. Scott Cooper up by 5 is good. Marino up by 3. Much better in coverage, a little bit better tackler. Okay with that. Carson Willis playing as a true freshman, plus 13 IQ. Look at that. Real game experience helped him. Brendan Hart, his potential went up 2 levels and his IQ just went up to an 87. We could have something there potentially. Kyle Lowry, who is once again going to be our third safety and essentially unplayable. But by God, his overall went up by 5. His block shedding went up by 10. What is it now, you ask? A 58. Oh, that is quite funny. But yeah, I think Carson Willis will redshirt because I might as well. Like, there's no reason not to. And then that way, assuming Scott Cooper enters for the draft, I have Marino, Willis, and Hart to be my three-headed safety crew for like 3 years. That'll do. All right. Overall, really good gains. I mean, Lyman was insane. I think the biggest disappointment probably linebacker, especially for like Cohen Sizemore. His potential got worse his senior year. He only went up by 2. Cruz May got worse, only went up by 3. Derek Dennis didn't get that much better. But hey, what can you do? So yeah, scheme. I mean, we have the same coordinators, same everything. I switched back to a 3-4, and I think that was the correct decision. Even though we might have the worst personnel for it, I think we just play much better than in a 4-3. So this episode was kind of like half transfer portal guide. I think next episode will be a recruiting guide. So I won't get to any recruiting in this episode. What I will do though is figure out my depth chart stuff because let me tell you, this might be a doozy. I have a feeling I'm gonna have a lot of guys that are gonna get mad. But hey, that is the price of having a very good football team. All right, let's go straight to depth chart. So quarterback, Muhammad is 1, Gary 2, Map 3. Simple. Running back, Shaw will redshirt. I think for now, it's going to be Morton 1, Pratt 2, and then Calvin Smalls over Hale. He's better ball carrier vision, and he is just strong. Like, unfortunately for Marcos Hale, he is a worse version of Lucas Pratt. And so I'd rather play Calvin Smalls, who is younger. I think he has higher future upside. He is also going to be my fullback. And that will be that. Third down back. I think I want to be Morton. Short yardage back. I think any of these guys can be fine. All right, wide receiver. So this is going to get ugly. What do I do here? So which of these guys wants to be a star? Tan is loyal. Blankenship wants to be a star. So Tan will redshirt. We are about to test. We are about to test how loyal can be because I'm about to redshirt him as an 83 overall. So yeah, Hunt is probably 1. Gorman's 2. I'm gonna flip these. Give me the better catcher and route runner of Moon over the quicker Marie Carino. Blankenship, I think, is 5. You could even make the argument he should be ahead of Carino, but I'm defaulting to the dude that is a true freshman, did very well for himself. So Blankenship's 5. And then I think we're gonna give Christian Bullock some run. See how he plays. And, for 4 important games, I might rip the red shirt off Luis Tan and and throw him out there. But yeah, I think this has the potential to kind of blow up in my face. But we'll see. Tight end. 2 tight ends. Tomas red shirts. Quoke 1. Huffman 2. Pretty simple. O-line. Okay, so Trayvon Reynolds, red shirt. There's going to be a lot of red shirts here. Giovanni Gales, red shirt. Duke, red shirt. Small red shirt. So that leaves me with 14 O linemen, which is a lot. Okay, from the top. So Jesus Wood, phenomenal name. Think he'll be number 1. Give me Lockhart at 2, which I think is the correct decision. My $2 million man that had 20 pancakes last year. Holbrook at 3. over Miles? I think so. Miles can be 4. And then this is where things get a little dicey. I think I'm really scared about Ruben Jennings' low pass block. So I'm going to drop him down quite a bit. And then it's a question of I think I'll have Austin Phillips be 5. He did really well last year, only allowed the 1 sack. Pablo Rudolph, unfortunately, just didn't play that much. So I think he can be 6. Jennings, 7. And then who do I want? Owen Jack has the worst pass block I've ever seen. I think Brunson is down below those other two. I think it's a question of Jack, Mercer, or Horton. Jack's the strongest by a little bit. He's got a better run block by a lot, but his 59 pass block is kind of scary. I think what I'll do, especially because, let's be frank, our first 4 games we should go 4-0 pretty easily. I think we'll have Jack be my 4th and accept the fact that if he struggles, I might throw Ty Pierce or Roberto Horton out there. I think that's my call. Yeah, we're looking really good depth-wise. Happy with that. Austin Moss, going to be honest, I don't think he'll ever play for me, but that's okay. All right, D-line. So I think 6 is correct. And I think I am going to try to redshirt Ryder Hughes and hope he doesn't get mad. He is loyal, but I'm going to hope. And then who do I want? Hardin is 1. Duh. Barber, I think, is 2, even though his tackling's abysmal. His strength is good. All 3 of these guys are. Honestly, maybe it should be Balderrama at 2. He's the worst block shatter, but he's the best tackler. He's the strongest. He has a really good IQ. I think he's honestly 2. Barber's 3. Key is 4. Walters is 5. Taylor Bryant over Edwin Pike. I think I agree because Bryant gets me 85 block shed, 80. Yeah, I mean, his Holy Trinity is just too good. But yeah, I think that's my 6. Linebacker. So here's my one problem. I only have 2 guys that wouldn't be playing. That's not nothing. Simon's 1. Damari Montera's 2. Giovanni Montera's 3. Sizemore's 5. Or excuse me, Sizemore's 4. Curiel or Derek. I'm going to go Derek. He's better zone coverage, better block shedder, same tackling. I'm losing a bit of strength and a little bit of IQ. And then I think Curiel over Jonathan Myers because Jonathan also allowed 7 of 10 targets to be completed. And I'd rather give Jordan Curiel some run to see how he does. I think that's the best move. Corner. So I really can only play 5. Like it's just that's kind of where we're at. Sawyer 1, Weston 2. Now becomes the question because Sawyer is a man specialist. Weston is a mix. So I think I'd want either Carlton or Martin at 3. And in that case, I would take the 89 tackling over the 90 speed. So yeah, Carlton is 3. And then I'm going to have Martin be ahead of Ritter. Part of that is because Martin will probably potentially complain about snaps. And then down here, I mean, it's not good. It's a little scary depth wise. And then safety, Willis will redshirt, Hart will redshirt, and then I'm just gonna play these three safeties, and if any of them get injured, we are in deep trouble. Kicker is Webster, punter's Webster, return man Eli Hunt, who was our return man a couple years ago and didn't do particularly great, but his speed and evasion are just insane, and I don't want my starting running back to do it. So Richardson, no, his ball carrier vision is too low. So yeah, I think it'll be Eli over Gorman. I think that makes sense. So says I. But that's our depth chart. I think my areas of concern are twofold. One, if any of my top four D linemen get injured, we're in huge trouble. Similarly with linebacker, though I like Jonathan Myers enough, so I think we might be okay. Wide receiver, I have some serious playing time concerns. Like if Blankenship doesn't think he's playing enough, if Luis Tan is upset he's redshirting, we could be in trouble there. Other than that, I think we're pretty okay. I'm a happy man. Let's take a moment and see where. First of all, how did Sebastian Grant do at Wyoming? Not great. Is he the starter this year? He is. All right, good for him. All right, let's see where some former players ended up. Running back Christian Flournoy went to BYU. Did he get better? I mean, no. The answer to that is no. His ball security went up by 4, ball carrier vision by 1. Strength went up a little bit, but yeah, I'm good. I think we made the right decision letting him go. A waste of money, objectively. Actually, no, we didn't pay him. This would be BYU because it subtracts a year. We're okay there. All right. Wide receiver. Did I lose anyone? Roger Conley, I lost. He went to. Ooh, wow. He went to Kennesaw State. Yeah, his speed went up a bunch. Route running went up a little bit. He's up to an 84. I mean, listen, I always said Conley's a good wide receiver, but doesn't really have a place with us. And this way, he got to become a millionaire, and I assume be Kennesaw State's #1 wide receiver. Wow, #3. They got some good wide receivers over there in Kennesaw State. What was their record last year? 4-8. I lose any other wide receivers? Oh yeah, Roger Ruff. Where'd he go? Texas? Oh wow. Yeah, his route running went up by 9, catching up by 5, speed up by 6. Yeah, Roger Ruff's going to be a good wide receiver for Texas. That's annoying. But again, like he'd be our 6th wide receiver. It's not really worth it. Xander Samuel, we redshirted and then promptly let go. Looks like he went to New Mexico. Yeah, I mean, the only thing he can do is catch. He's weak. He's not very quick. He can't block. So good luck. Have fun. O line, who did I lose? I lost Xavier Mays. Yes. Where'd he go? Oh, he got better. Yep. Strength up by 5. Blocking only marginally, though. I'm okay letting him go. The A plus potential obviously is massive. And then Orion Gibbs was the other one. He went to BYU 80. His strength did not move. His run block went up by 3 and his pass block went up. I mean, again, These guys would be like in that 7, 8, 9 range for me. Who knows? Kicker, we didn't have any changes. D line, I don't think we had any changes. I think all these guys are back, besides the seniors, obviously. Linebackers, similarly, everyone's back. Corner, Theodore Sykes is the only one gone. He also, why are all my former players going to BYU? Sykes got a little bit quicker, better tackler, better in man, much better in zone. Yeah, he's good. Sykes is good. I think athleticism is still a bit of an issue, but he's good in coverage. Hopefully he gets, more playing time with BYU than he did with me. A little bit of a shame that, but is what it is. And then safety, didn't lose anyone, so nice to see a lot of our transfer guys getting run elsewhere. I always like to go back and check just to see how certain guys are doing. So, all right, that is our team. I think we're looking pretty good. I'm not saying that making the playoff again is our goal. However, I think we have a good schedule. I think Michigan obviously is going to be really tough. Same with San Diego State, USF, Stanford. But I think if we go 10-2 and make it to the Pac-12 championship game again, I think that'd be nice. But thank you all for watching. I know there's been, a lack of, videos, but that's been explained why with the new job and such. I'm still trying to, record when I can, upload when I can, so that you all have a decent amount of watching to do. But I thank you all for watching, and we will pick back up next time, literally right here on this screen, where I'll do a little recruiting guide um, on what we're looking for in Utah going forward. So I thank you all for watching. See you next time.